Are you a great match for this job you're going for? There are some telltale signs about being a great match. And this forms an acronym that I have coined as DATE. The DATE acronym looks at various aspects of great matching. The first is desire. What do you want from this job? Do you see what you want in the job? Good. What do they want from the candidate? Is there a match? If there is a match, if you are convinced there's a match, that is one of the first signs that this is a great job for you. What you want, what they want, alignment, great start. If what you want and what they want aligns, proceed to the next checkbox. The next checkbox, still on desire, is all about the Benjamins. That's right, as in Mr. Franklin. That money is what you desire, what they desire to part with. Is what you want monetarily the same thing that they want to part with? So you got to think about these variables. Do I have what they want? Do they have what I want? Back and forth, however you want to slice and dice it. Have you got the skills? Have you got the character? Have you got everything? And is that coming across to them? Because trust me, if it is coming across to them, it's going to make everything a lot easier when it gets to negotiate. So keep that in mind, all right? So in summary, D, what you want, what they want, what you would like salary-wise, and what they want to pay. The next is A for action. Action in terms of what you have done or what you can do. Is what you can do what they're looking for? I once went for an interview and what they wanted, I hadn't done, but I knew I could do it. I just needed to convince them that I could do it, given the opportunity. Now, the step following this gives you an opportunity to underscore that you can do what they want, even if you haven't in the past. But the bottom line here with A for action, what they do in the firm, is that what you can do? If they're into machines of a certain nature, are you into those machines? If they're into technologies of a certain nature, if they're into a business model of a certain nature, does that give you the same satisfaction because you know you can do it? You know, some folks find themselves in jobs that they know they can't do. Some people find themselves actually working jobs because they got in based on other factors, not the action factor. So knowing you're a good match, you know, the best match you can be, the desire has to be there, the ability to act, do what they're looking for needs to be there as well. All right. So what they do, what you do, if there's alignment, or what you can do if there's alignment, great. I'll give you an example. Looking for a job in a firm, love the firm, wanted to get in. They're looking for a particular skill in project management, which, you know, earn value. Couldn't do earn value based on real world experience because I had none, but I could do earn value based on theory. I knew I could do it, but I hadn't done it. There was a little bit of a disconnect. So sometimes there might be a disconnect. It's all right. They might be willing to train you. They might be willing to equip you. They might be willing to give you all the coaching you need. If that is the case, then there is alignment. What they do and what you know, you can do. There's alignment. Good deal. The next one is theory or thought. What do you know? Thought. What are you intellectually aware of, theory-wise? If what you know aligns well with what they know, good match. So in the previous letter A, in this job I went for, there was a gap. I couldn't say I could do based on experience, but I could say I could do based on theory. And that I needed to convey. And I was able to convey it with a very vivid example, very, very long scenario. In fact, I probably took all of 10 minutes to paint this scenario of how you would implement an earned value management system, the nuts, the bolts, the formulas, everything, just as well as anyone who was in the field, maybe using earned value. So that brought me up from, all right, he doesn't have the actions to back him up, but he's got some solid theory. So these first three have to be visible, have to be apparent to them, and you need to feel it and see it. So we've got desire, action, and thought, the theory, what you know. I went for an interview once, different company, and I was being asked a lot of questions. This program manager was peppering me with questions. I'm like, wow, this guy really knows. He knows his stuff. But I returned fire for fire. I think he quite liked that. He said, you got on your resume, pragmatic project manager. What does that mean? He grilled me, but he liked what he heard. I got the job. The last letter here is the letter E for emotion. What you feel. What are you passionate about? Are you an animal activist? Are you hot on the topic of diversity, equality? Are you passionate about sending a man to the moon? Well, to Mars these days, thanks to the likes of Elon and Richard. What are you passionate about is what I'll ask you. If the company espouses and embodies what you are passionate about, great sign. If their values of fairness, equality, passion for technology, passion for growth, humanitarian efforts, if that aligns with your values, your heart is going to be in the job. Think about it. There are some companies that stand for different things. Think about it. Microsoft, Apple, what comes to mind? If I use the term uncompromising quality, choose one. Apple, Microsoft, choose one. Design at its best, choose one. Now, this is not to bash any company, but I'm just showing you that companies, they value certain things. And when people have been through those companies, you know. For example, GE. If I told you GE, Honeywell, and I mentioned Six Sigma, if you really know the history, you'll probably jump first at GE because that was a massive effort. Came first, right? So there's certain values associated with firms. Now, I worked at Honeywell. Six Sigma is big there as well, was big there as well. But there's certain values, there's certain buzzwords, certain philosophies, certain ideas that just ring a loud bell. And if your values and their values align, you need to be there. For example, I've heard from some project managers, oh, that Six Sigma stuff, don't like it, don't want to do it. Well, Honeywell or GE are probably not the best of firms for you if you don't like that, because it will come into play as you go through the job. So you got to ask yourself, what they place value on, does it align with my values? If there is alignment, your heart is going to be in it. Better to do a job where your heart is in it than a job where you're just going through the motions like in drive-through mode. So to recap, the DATE acronym, D stands for desire, A stands for action, T stands for thought or theory, and E is for emotion. Highly advise you to pick up the book, The 360-Degree Leader. Give you a lot of great ideas for leadership, give you lots of great ideas for how to get into a position and lead from anywhere. So on top of knowing it's a good fit, it's about staying good. And part of staying good is the leadership game. All right. So check out the 360-degree leader. I think that will add value to you. If you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, share it with your friends. We got all sorts of videos about the job of your dreams and how to secure it, how to keep it. Take care. See you in the next episode.